Hello to all. For some reason, it appears that YouTube live streaming chat is unavailable. I am very sorry for that. I've never seen this before. I've done a little searching. It's happened to other people. I'm going to have to talk to someone who can help me figure out why this is happening, because I've never seen this before, where live chat stops working. I've restarted my computer. It still does not work, and I'd made a really cool thing, and I wanted to show you guys all about it, but it's not working. So I am terribly sorry. I'm going to talk for a few minutes, but I'm not going to keep the live stream going if we can't chat, because the whole idea is we can interact and just make sure that everything is good. You can get your questions answered. We're going to try to do another chat tonight in 5 hours at 7 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. I did a chat now because this is kind of late at night, but it's still awake time for most Europeans. So I wanted to put something out to let you know that Unify is available. A lot of people have picked it up. The reviews so far have been incredible, and I thank each and every one of you for your support. You can go to the pluginguru.com website. It's available here. It's $59. It is a combination. Unify is a combination of a plugin with 400 patches out of the box that you could just click and choose and play. After it's installed, you don't need any other plugins other than Unify to play all 400 patches that you hear here. Three, four. We can do really fun things. It's got a built-in MIDI arpeggiator. It's unlimited number of plugins. On top of that, it's also a host, so you can scan your VST, your VST3, or your audio units on the Mac plugins, and then go in. You can make subsets. You can see your plugins in more manageable ways than I have 700 VST plugins on this computer installed. So this is your old school way of seeing plugins, but we have new ways to give you where you can say my favorites and just have a set list show up. For audio effects, it's even cooler because you can go in and say, like, show me all the reverb, and you make these subsets come with Unify, but it's only based on the plugins I own. If you own a plugin that I don't own, it won't show up on this list. So you can go over here to the list page. You can go to audio instrument effect or audio, silly. So you can go over here to audio effects, to reverb, type in the name of your reverb you don't see in the list, verb, and it will list all the reverbs, or just the one if you type in the exact word, and then just select it and say add selected to the list. It will be added over here and you hit save. So you can update these playlists that come with Unify. We wanted to make it not empty. So I've been acquiring plugins fairly aggressively so that I would have the ability to support a bunch of plugins out of the box with things like subsets, so forth, right? There's been some really great reviews. So if you go to the unify.com or pluginguru.com and then products/unify-standard, a lot of you are asking, this says standard edition. Does that mean there's going to be a bigger edition? The answer is yes. There is going to be a pro edition of Unify. It will take probably 12 months to 18 months before we get to that point. We have lots of updates planned that will be free updates to Unify standard. It's not one of these things where we're going to stop supporting this and this. A lot of synthesizers, you buy them and they never, I'm still not very happy that Isotope, after releasing Break Tweaker, they never did a single update to make anything about it better. And that's one of those things that's really disappointing to me. They did one update to fix little bug things somewhere. There's like a 1.01 or something like that. And then they never supplied any updates after that. And we are the opposite of that. We have incredible things planned for Unify. There's 3 videos. When I get done with this little video I'm making right now, I've got 3 more videos to upload. There's a 5-part owner's manual. I've only uploaded 2 parts, so I have a lot of work to do. But the 5-star reviews are just great. Nobody has sent me anything other than a 5-star review, so thank you to all of you that have written these reviews. It means so much to me and to other users. I love the feedback. Yes, right now the owner's manual is only online. We will be supplying probably some sort of a PDF version in the future. This comment right here just this made Shane and me. This is why we do what we do. This is a new way to work with your plugins. It's not a new synthesizer per se, although it is, because it does have its own engines and capabilities. But the idea is, you all own so many synthesizers and effects at this point, you need a place to play. Why can't you do like you can do with Reason Studio with all of your plugins, where you can combine everything and make splits and layers, and here you can. And then save it as a patch. This is going to be a place where I can make libraries in the future and get them to you. I can make a library for more than one plugin. There's a licensing system, so the libraries and all the content is protected. I could give you the links right now to download the Unify application, and then there's a separate 2.5 gigabyte for the library. They will not work without a license. It has extremely, extremely strong protection. And so I'm so thrilled that from this point on, I can make libraries that can't be torrented. Because right now, all of my existing 80-some libraries, you can go to eBay and find them, and to torrent sites and so forth. This will be one of those that I don't think people will crack it. And if they do, it's super hard, and we can adjust all sorts of parameters to keep kind of moving if that happens. But anyway, thank you so much for these reviews. If you buy Unify, if you play with it, if you like it, please just write a little quick note. Let us know if things aren't quite right. Let us know so we can contact you and make sure that everything gets set right. We're 100% behind support. We're not one of these companies where it's like, please wait, maybe next week we'll get a hold of you. It's like, I'll reply with as soon as I get a note from you. The other thing that's really cool I want to point out is in these 400 patches, there's drum kits. So you have 61 key across the keyboard. Drum kits. These are drum kits from my Super Macho Drums library. So you... Oh, this is the glitch. Here's the normal. So you can take that to a... There's environmental sounds from my trip to Costa Rica, including I love where is... There's intense rain, and then there's just house rain. Gentle rain is my favorite. Right? There's really nice guitars. They have reverb and ambience on them, which is really cool. You can do distorted guitars. I've been playing these distorted guitars all the time because I love... This is using the noise box and a convolution reverb of an amp cabinet. If you turn the amp cabinet and the distortion off, that's the sound you get. If you go to the keyboards, there's 3 different grand pianos in Unify out of the box. This is actually the Church Steinway. If you go to the piano book project by Christian Henson, you'll find a non-optimized version of this. I'm going to contact them and get them so that they can put this version up as well for free. Basically, they have this project where they've got people all over the world sampling their pianos and other instruments to make really cool samples, and they're all available for free to download. And this was done by a gentleman by the name of Richard Ranger in the UK, and I contacted him, set up licensing, got his permission to include this. So we have a Steinway, we have a really bright pop. And then we have a really cool soft intimate. Type of a piano. And you hear this reverb? That's recorded into the samples so that it's unique. I tried to add reverb to make something like this with the dry sounds, and it wasn't the same. And dry by itself is just kind of okay, but adding the reverb into the samples that's kind of a signature thing I've been doing for a number of years now. All of these that say MM are using reverb in the samples. These were libraries that I did for Omnisphere. A lot of the samples in Unify are from my Omnisphere libraries. So these various 12 libraries, Creaturesque is a library I did for Omnisphere, and so we've got single sample for there's a lot of air on this, just gotta open the filter. Right? It's kind of cool filter too. So I've gotten really good at how much mileage you can get from a single sample. But there's keyboards, there's really cool pads for those of you that are in the church industry, not church industry, but the world of doing church music for churches. Keypad, breath of air. Intimate angelic. Really nice and filtered and all that kind of stuff. If you want, you can change to a different piano. So instead of the intimate piano, you could change to the Steinway. And I have a velocity switching version, so or if you need even brighter, go to the pop piano right down here, like fortissimo is really bright. So you have all sorts of places piano-wise to go, because piano is so important to me and so many others. I've been making pads for many years, so there's lots of nice. Okay, so Unify is now out. I wish I could get the live stream chat to work. I'm so sorry it's not working. I can't see what anybody is saying. It's very frustrating, to put it lightly. But anyway, I want to thank you for this being just a pretty amazing start to the life of Unify. We're really thrilled with this reaction. This is what we were hoping for. This is why we were going to bring it out in December, and we weren't ready, and we decided to delay it a month, and it was a great decision. Because we want this reaction, not what it would have been a month ago. Okay, so I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to go edit video. There's 3 more videos on the owner's manual to upload. So I want to get those done. I want to point out there's templates. So if you're working with multi-channel MIDI, there's a template that will call up 16, and you'll want to change here to the scroll view so you can see all 16 channels. Each one is set to listen to a different MIDI channel, so it's ready for you to start setting up and calling for various instruments that you own and putting them on different MIDI channels to play within one build, one build of Unify. There's also starting places for layers and for velocity switching and key splits, so you can set up, here's 2 different patches in the left hand, 2 patches in the right hand. You can visually see what's going on. And then the pop and the wind patches, and there's such really cool stuff going on. Couple things, if you're on the Mac, if you have an installer that says I can't run this because you're not recognized by Apple, control or right click on that and choose open, and then it will open for you. In the Mac OS, because they don't recognize this as one of their developing team people, we aren't set up that way. I think we're going to try to get set up that way, but that takes time. But they will let non-identified people run applications and so forth, but you have to right click or control click on the app and say open, and then it will let you open it anyways, okay? On the PC, we've had a couple people report that there's a restart required, and that's typically because Unify for the PC, we're installing the DLLs required to make Unify work. We're using the modern things in the system, and some people have older DLL-based systems, and Microsoft makes something you can go to a website and download and install, and now Unify works. And we decided not to make you have to go to the Microsoft website, download something, and install it. It automatically will work for you because we have included those, and those are installed in the install process. And on the rare occasion that will make you need to restart your computer. That's the only known issues that we have seen so far after 8 hours of Unify being out, and that's awesome. That's really awesome. I want to point out there is a question mark that can take you to the online Unify manual, and we do have coming an area where we will have questions and answers, and we will put the information that we are learning about people and their problems on the online manual so that you can get to the information. We also have there's installation and so forth, so you can go here and get into starting with Unify, download it, and we have information here as well as videos. So if you have any problems, this is right here for you to use as the manual. We don't have an offline manual at this moment, but we will get that going in the future. Unify has been out for 8 hours. This is version 1.0.1. We have all sorts of really fun plans for Unify. So this is going to be a fun ride. I hope you get in early on it. It's at its introductory price until February 15th. And at that point, it will change to its retail price. And I'm of the school that you don't discount your work. And if you do, it's the holidays, and you do it just to help those that want to get into things. But Unify is not terribly expensive because I'm pricing it. I want lots of people to play with this and have an opportunity to work with your plugins in new ways. I want you all to enjoy the fun of Unify, the fun of going here and saying MIDI effects, getting Cthulhu, which is an incredible MIDI effect, playing with it without needing to go through the crazy loops and you have to jump through in Cubase and Live and Sonus, what is it? I can't remember the name, but there's a number of DAWs. Even in Logic Pro X, they give you the ability to use one MIDI effect on one layer in the channel strip talking to one plugin. That's it. Whereas here, I can easily say I want another instrument to be a DX doing a plucked sound, and I also want to use OBXD doing some sort of a cool orchestra brass, and I just go up here, I could say this is going to be named My Cool MIDI sequence or effect or whatever, right? That if I click this little N button, it shows up right here, and I can simply click right here, and now 3 different synthesizers are playing with this one MIDI effect. And I can go add another MIDI effect. I can say add another MIDI effect. I can say add another MIDI effect. Oh, I did an auxiliary bus. Oh, sorry. Add MIDI effect. Option click, and the MIDI and one of these layers will go away. You can option click on everything to delete them. You have unlimited numbers of MIDI effects. So you can have 6 different MIDI effects going if you want. Add MIDI effects. Just keep adding all you want all day long. Here's your insert effect buses where you can add audio effects, and it's also unlimited. So you can have a single instrument with unlimited effects per layer. And each layer is talking to a separate thread on your multiprocessor computers. So it's CPU-wise, it's very smart. You will be shocked at what you can do inside of this plugin with lots of plugins. I mean, these things that we're calling up that have just all sorts of stuff going on. This has 11 plugins with effects going on, a lot of them with 4 auxiliary buses with 5 MIDI effects. And it works great. We've got real-time control knobs. You can go over here and easily see what's going on. You can have multiple parameters going on with, you can even have different directions for the parameters. So you can even load up your Serum or any other synth in your system. And by going to this, it's so easy to just say, add a new modulation source, go to the instruments, to the plugin. Here's all the parameters in DX'd. So I can modulate any parameter with a knob. It's crazy. It's hopefully this is a revolution. We're hoping for a revolution. We want to get you to where you can play with your plugins and all these things that you've spent all your money on in new ways. And so enjoy. I'm gonna go and get back to work with the other videos I need to edit. There will be a live stream in 6 hours and 20 minutes. I will do this again, and hopefully I can figure out why live chat is unavailable. My advanced settings, live chat's enabled, but it doesn't work. So I'm going to try to figure out what's going on and get it back to working, because I want to be able to chat with you guys. I want to hear what's going on, right? So, because I can't see. This is the first time I've done a chat where I can't see what's going on. It's frustrating. So thank you again for your support. We're really happy with all of the positive feedback we're getting on Unify. This is exactly what we hoped and prayed would happen. And enjoy. This is for you guys. We wanted to do something that is a win-win. I'm always into win-wins. I make affordable libraries that will inspire you and make them affordable. You're paying me a very reasonable price and you're getting inspiration from music. This takes that to a whole new level because it's a plugin that lets you work with all of your existing plugins in new ways. So spread the word. If you like this, please let your other friends in the music industry know about Unify. I can safely say we're ready. The doors are open for people to come and enjoy what we are doing, because with the number of sales that I've had already and the questions that I've had and the problems we've had, it's minimal. It's like, I'm so happy and relieved. So thank you. We'll see you in 6 hours, 5 hours, 20 minutes, something like that. 7 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 7 p.m. here on the west coast of the USA. We will do another live stream, okay? And I hope I can get chat to work, or else it's going to be a really boring live stream. Okay. I'll see you guys. Bye.